Level 57. Level 57. Hey. Oh, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, Part 17. Actually, we're probably in the mid-20s in terms of parts, but I'm separating the various grinding stuff. Last time in the actual thing, we got up to a point where I was trying to do multiple things that required the ability to do things with others. Unfortunately, I am currently having this real horrible thing where I am sleeping at the most best of times to be able to do said streams. So we'll just carry on the main story quest. We could also possibly do Primal Fear while we're at it. In fact, you know what? Let's not do Gridania. Let's do Primal Fear. Let's just at least get it done since it's in our quest log. Actually, you know what? I want to say some stuff about the choices made with the. I've seen the deck listings for the commander decks now, and first of all, want them. I want all of them. I like the look of them all. Secondly, the fucking Korsakavka card would have her destroy literally everything that outside of lands card. Like, of course there would be. Also, it's a shame it's not in a commander deck, but the Odin card just being a insta lose condition for an opponent is just a that's interesting. Like, a black-green deck can have Jumbo Cracktrar and Odin, and that's like, ooh, painful. Handling in Primal Fear is quite simple. We just talk to Lewin here. Ah, well, I've heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the Primal Investigation, yes? Your aid is most welcome. Indeed it is. Who was that man in black? Oh boy. I shall proceed directly to the matter. Though still unsubstantiated, ill rumours stir amongst the townspeople of late. Rumours of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. But we have not again by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets first, speak with the people, and hear their words with your own ears. So our first step into actually figuring out who this man in black actually is, although I've kind of already probably spoiled it due to what I've just been talking about, we need to go and gather information through talking to the various people in Gridania. Simple enough objective, first and foremost. Talking to this person. Ah, the Ghost Knight. I saw him, clad from head to toe in armour that seemed forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hellsborn steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivering in fear that night. I've not slept a wink since I returned. Fair enough. Also, one thing I didn't realise is that if you play on Xbox, it just outright has your gamer tag in all caps. So, yeah, if I suddenly get bombarded with anything, Xbox-wise, then that's on me. But it's not like I haven't shown my gamer tag before. Either that or any alternate ones I've used for purposes of streaming, which I don't think I've done so with Xbox, actually. I honestly don't think I have. Nintendo, yes. Nintendo, yes, because Nintendo save data is bullshit. I'd rather not have to delete anything that I may have that on the games that I have played before and decided to stream. And then it's just convenient. It means that if I want to test something out on a game that I am in the process of streaming a good amount of, I can then test something out on a different profile. I'll be like, okay, what if I did this thing instead? So, you know. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, after which I properly fled for my dear life. Should you end up in my position, you'd be wise to do the same. Alright, fair enough. I have my pride, but I'm not fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know this is manifestation of pure evil. Were you to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all of our lances as one could not hope to stand in its way. Well, that's reassuring. I should probably give myself enough money to get certain other expansions at some point in the future. Damn you, Square. Anyway, then there's a person in this build in the canopy. There's also the sightseeing quest. I should probably pick that one up at some point. Yeah, don't sneak up on me like that, friend. Forgive me. Ever since being a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I knew the elements would punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey their will. This is surely a sign of sinister happenings to come. Oh boy. And the last person we need to talk to is over here. Aye, sun clear as day. Oh, clear as night, you might say. From your own two eyes, more fearsome than the rider was his ghastly steed. I know not where you've travelled, but I can assure you you've not seen more frightening a beast. One thing I can tell you, friend, that was no spectre or shadow. Nay, he was as solid as you or me. Well, there we go. Everyone's currently shitting their pants, shitting their trousers, or just shitting bricks in general. All in all, someone's going to need to clean this shit up. Back to the Archers Guild to report our findings. I'll be honest, doing some of the grinding stuff is just, and I wanted to come up with something funny for fun now, but then it'd be like for like a 5-second joke, and it's like, maybe not. So yeah, we'll keep with this for now, but we'll probably change up how the patch content thumbnails will look like in the future, depending on how much we do, of course. Depending on how much we can do. Stupid peak times. Lewin, a knight clad in shadow-forged armor, a mammoth sword and hellspawn steed. It's clear now our worst forebodings have proven most unfortunately prescient. The Dark Divinity. A ghostly knight atop his baleful steed. It is as I feared. The rumors bear most inconspicuous resemblance to the references in ancient scripture describing Odin, the Dark Divinity. It's my suspicion that the Dark Horseman of rumor is indeed Odin. And furthermore, that this malevolent presence is a primal. And yet, before the God's Quiver takes action, I would seek the counsel of one first in the holy writings. Make for Quarry Mill and seek out Brother O. Ap Pessy. I would know what he knows, and be swift far. If Odin is truly come to the Shroud, time is not on our side. Yep, teleportation to Quarry Mill is now required. Now this quest line does end up with a duty that, well, with a trial that we can't actually currently do necessarily just because of everything. So anyways, I am about Percy, and you must be the adventure I've been expecting. Ah yes, Odin, the Dark Divinity. But Lorna is understandably distressed at his arrival. As one who has read the scriptures, however, I'm not entirely surprised. Odin, as the ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world, wielding a dark blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish Earth herself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last, a great hero of Alark did arise to do battle with the dark god. Odin was slain and his spirit sealed within a forest spring. For years, this was thought to be a mere wives' tale, a ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. But recent archaeological studies at Allergen ruins have unearthed damning evidence to the contrary, and now these rumours. The scriptures claim that the Dark Divinity slumbers in Uth's front, deep in the heart of the Shroud, where the crown of a crystal confines him. I have ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with my own eyes, but this was many years ago. It's entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and the fetters of crystal confine the Dark Divinity no longer. I will send you to Uth's front to investigate the matter, but be forewarned, your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirits stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. So now it's time to go and take a quick gander over there and see what we can find. Which means, by God, a quest that actually goes through the tunnel. Yeah. To be fair though, when you do get a quest that goes near to here, it was a much lower level quest, where these are all like level 45 mobs. And then level 47 mobs as we get close to the actual area we've got to investigate. And then level 50 at the actual seal. So that's a fun fact there. To an extent. In terms of the fun aspect. Ah, the last of the allergens. Quick, we must deal with them. Oh yeah, this is one of those mobs where we're meant to use an item. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I got silenced. Fuck. I best stay home with range of the malice. Thank fuck for our chocobo. There we go. Right, now to obtain the Sundered Binding Stone. But this will, at the end of the day, give us more things to do. At some point, I should try to make sure that I'm awake in like the afternoon or something, which I am progressively just not doing. I am up during the morning, and yeah, that's about it really. I'm up in the morning. What time in the morning? Yes. Which is not a good thing, necessarily. Alright, Percy, I have done the thing. The crystalline gull that held the dark divinity in check. Were you able to ascertain what has become of it? Yeah. Magical energy still remains in the stone, though its powers have grown dim. What's more, behold how the stone has been cleaved clear in twine. By Odin's fell blade, there can be no doubt. Yes, there can be no doubt as to the identity of our now welcomed guest, and yet it is all the more curious. If the dark divinity rides free, why does he tarry in the shroud? Anyway, you are to be commended for your bravery, adventurer. Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I would be most grateful if you could share your findings with her as well. Report to Simi. Who's up there? So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of the Earth's front has been broken and the dark divinity rides again. Must draft a report immediately. And we do get items. We'll take a gold piece. And then the next quest, all you wanted to know about Odin. Your assistance in the investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I finally managed to complete my report, a thorough survey of all eyewitness reports along the most credible theories regarding the dark divinity's presence in the shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to at Percy and Bowlord Lewin myself. Scions too will no doubt be eager to learn our findings. I'd be most appreciative if you could deliver a copy to Urian J in my stead. My duties demand I remain composed, but in all truth I fear for the fate of our people. Should the time come that the dark divinity draws his blade against Gridania, promise me that we can count on your aid. This part is a simple part. We can just inventory our way through this because we have 85 Vestal Bay Aetherite tickets. Thank you, game. My God, I got a lot of dies as well. I need to go through what I should probably like keep at some point. 3. Anyways, a reason to head back into the Waking Sands. Lovely stuff. There's a quest right by here. We should probably at least pick it up, maybe. I don't know. It's weird seeing on the Zazari card, Dwarf. It's like, it's the closest thing to Lullabil they have. Ah well. Urian, I have a thing for you. I am most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? Why yes, here's a report on Odin. So it is true. Having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, the dark divinity now waits free in the shroud. Whilst you were afield, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realise that the writings draw heavily upon Allergan historical chronicles. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering. One nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, I need to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story that is presented as historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Alex seal Odin in a goal of crystal? What impels the dark divinity to rise once again? Cast thy light on the shadows of history, friend, that we might be delivered from the darkness. And we can get a bunch of various different materia. I'll take a quick turn. What was this one we got? Invocarude Awakening. This requires us doing Bowl of Empress hard, so then we will turn here, talk to Palpamo, we would get Garuda hard. Then that's how that would work. Okay, well that sorts that out. We didn't even get a trial for Odin yet. Huh. Well, maybe I was wrong. Or maybe there's just a part of the quest line we just don't have access to at the moment. Because we haven't done the other stuff yet, maybe. Ah, well. Well, with that, what else do we currently have in our journal other than these class quests, which we're doing grind sessions, and weaponsmith for legend. I'll do that in its own separate thing. So we're moving on. Right. Then I did say we were going to carry on the main story quest, so yeah, let's go do that. Costa del Sol. Why am I walking around when I can just teleport? I've gone well past it. To Costa del Sol. as we're moving on. The quite literal moving on to what we're trying to do. Which is the main story quest. So anyway, over to Giga Juju. Fucking some Marvel names, I swear to God. And Alphino's already here. Nice to see that. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, Makote Muse, why have you forsaken me? The Titan's Bane! I mean, Chris, what brings you to my humble resort? Philamen? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh, who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Eldar? It gags, man. If I had known, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. I'm gonna definitely call someone to deal with you then. Oh, for shame, to think that she now piles her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy! West, is it? Thank you, Master Gigaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I should begin my search by the docks and see if any eyewitnesses might have some knowledge to spare. Be much appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Yep, alright, fair enough. Whether through teleportation or through your handy mount, make your way to Wineport. And we shall get some more information. Despite all of our best efforts, if you actually go up to here, this is one of the castrums that the Maelstrom deal with while you're busy making your way through Meridium and Pratt. There's still plenty of second cohorts about. And they're all like level 49 to 50, and funnily enough, there's no... I have not seen a single quest that's to do with them, so gameplay wise, the only purpose is literally for a few of the class's hunting logs. That has to be the sole reason for it. Right, that's the levies, that's not... What is that for? Oh yeah, that's that stuff, right. And that stuff then. Right, let's try and give us some information. Well, if it isn't Chris, the saviour of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, no choice but to reject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. I mean, that is how supposable senses work. If you've lost one of your 5 senses, the other 4 tend to be stronger in some ways. At least that's what literally all bits of media ever do. But not too sure on that one. You want to know if I've seen a Kotoke lass by the name of Philamen? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Alright. Although I am trying to look for Makote. As a Makote myself, this is obviously an excellent thing. I should be able to sense them from a mile away, but clearly that's not how races work. I see you've had many grand adventures since we last spoke. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom, native to these parts in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Oh, well, there we go. Thank you, Shimani. You've done your job well. So onwards! And we can be sure Alvino probably will see us flying overhead and being like, ah, okay, you must have found something out. Why am I yawning? I shouldn't be yawning enough. Anyway, in an attempt to talk to her, we get attacked by a hallway gobu. Because of course we fucking do. Oh. That hurley did absolutely nothing. It just finished casting the moment it died. Anyway, I'm gonna keep mucking it up. I'm in your debt, stranger. Did not witness my activities had aroused the Gobu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Phenomenon, you are correct. Phenomenon? I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Older, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Asquilia, is looking for you. Asquilia? Or Asquilia? You are the very picture of health, milady. Yet the world thinks you dead. Can I conclude that this was by design? Question is, why? Not everyone who endeavours to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You'll be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia. When the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenancia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I travelled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Yeah, thankfully, being somewhere where we're not going to get attacked by level 50 Gobus is probably a wise decision, to say the least. I know, this is part of me that's like, I'm level 59, I can hop back on White Mage at any time. Maybe we should play something that's level 50 instead. But then it's like, in a way, part of me should then focus on maybe getting Arcanist up to 30, so we could then get Scholar up to 50. Then we could keep on healing, and it would be a different sense of healing than with White Mage. But then we'll only be doing the patch content up till Dungeons anyway, and then I probably would switch back anyway. So for that matter, we could always switch to Paladin or, no, Samurai or Red Mage. And that's why it's like, I don't know. I keep pondering this. I keep doing the whole ponderance, because on the one hand, playing something different can be a good idea. On the other hand, we've been grinding a bunch, so maybe that's one thing I should maybe have focused on a little bit. Maybe pick a class, level it up, and then be like, yep, this is what we'll do the patch content in, or go to Heavensward with, which is probably what we might end up doing with like one of the Heavensward classes. Who knows? Anyway, Alpha no. Nice of us to be in Wineport. Safety is quite a nice thing. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. And we do get ourselves, a Ring of Healing. Better gear, hooray! All things in time, and the preview picture here shows that we do actually make our way back with her. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood, come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Well, at least Alphino will do that. We'll just do the good old teleporting and getting to place and... oh, never mind. Thankfully the game just cuts out the middleman and just puts us back in the Waking Sands. Thank you, game. Minfilia, nice to talk to you again. How are things going? Antidescent, you have a guest. Lemonin? Asquilia. Oh, how lovely. Everyone who watches this, if your mother's still alive, obviously. If they're dead, then I am sorry for your loss. But for those that still have a mother of some caliber, hug them. You know, that's something to do. It was not too long ago Mother's Day in the US. After all. Oh, I haven't seen her like this in years, Chris. Oh yeah, well, Tataru, that's what happens when the people you care about the most actually turn out to be alive and all that. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I can think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. Yeah, about that. And continue what you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. This knife to stab you with. No, obviously not. But... Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. It's only one way to go about it. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Chris, however. I could not have made it without him. Yeah, well, gobboos and all that. A good stone in the head works quite well, actually. Thank you, Chris. Thank you both. Alvino was there too, I guess, but mainly my help. Woo. There's something else. Wow, nothing. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. Yeah, and when I was yet a child, he brought me here to Oldar. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I fail to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know, about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining. I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. Yeah. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? Oh, I'm actually secretly a ghost. No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need to realise how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud. That words fail me. But even if as I marvel at the woman you've become, and of all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and what of it, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Oldar. Lamin, no. You built it once, Asilia, you can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. Hooray! Finally! And we'll never have to come here again outside the primal quests, or any of the quests that I haven't picked up that the game has for us. That would have been ways to get to level 50 if we want. So easily getting experience. Or for future main scenario quests. We shall establish a new headquarters in Reverence Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Boldesion. Preparations begin at once. Well, also that ends well. And there's various chokers we can grab. I'll grab a fending one. Why not? Next up on our list, another cutscene. It's all well and good that we found ourselves a new home in Reverence Toll, but there's still much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Reverence Toll would have never been established. Pardon me, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support. Sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, Antidescent. Why, it's Alphanode and some people. Really, Alphanode? If I need concern myself with anything, it surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might need instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Reverence Toll. It is an honour, Antidescent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphano, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Reverence Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honoured to welcome your organisation. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Chris, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? And mine too. Slothborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Weeper, then use it to infiltrate a Garling castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Reverence Toll. We hope you will favour us with your presence again ere long. Yeah, well, we do have to go there for a couple of quests, so fair enough, really, actually. That Alphano, always helping us out in some way, shape or form, I guess. Well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Quest. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Reverence Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you've earned yourself a rest. After all, you have travelled so far, and there's always so much you have done for us. And for me. It's true. We'll speak again anon. Till then, take care. Alright, time for us to take a break, which means something else must have to occur before we can truly leave. The swerve is that there is no swerve in this instance, as we cut to us actually having a sit down for once and reading a book. Finally, getting back to our studies of whatever it is that we've been reading. Ah, Chris, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphano has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Fair enough. Off we go to the Solar then. We truly do fit in with the rest of the Scions at this point, don't we? Ah, you're here. Good. I come bearing news. Hooray! The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defence and development of Reverence Toll. Hooray! The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Fair enough. And everyone's happy. Hooray! Woo! A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I come to look forward to Tabu's tales of our many guests and their many demands. From the Waking Sands to Rising Stones. Passably poetic? That wasn't your doing, was it? Just assume your Aunt Jay came up with the words. I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they've each pledged their full support, General Walben included. Yeah, specifically Walben. That's the one we care about the most. Thanks for telling us that one there, Ophelia. Moreover, I've decided that the time is right to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Yeah, to be fair, at this point, it feels more like it's been rather open secret. Like, anyone who needed to know about the Scion's existence knew of it. And since we happen to be the main crux of being able to get Eorzea to go, right, fuck you to the Garlands, I feel like the public at large has definitely heard more about the Scions at this point then. Like, a fairly secrecy. I'm not sure if it really works the way that she thinks it does. Are you sure that is wise, Antidescent? That too. What if there's enemies that might want to, you know... If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. Let's affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Looking at me specifically on that one. Great, I say yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Oh boy, I can't wait for something to happen that causes us to be splitted apart. Well, as everyone goes off to do whatever it is they need to do to sort out getting from here to Mordona, there must be somewhere I can... Wait, now you said to be rich in materials. Maybe I should ask Philemon to teach me the basics of mining too. A minor Tataru. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Halls. We need to speak with Mephidia once again. Laying the foundation is the quest name. Kind of ignored that factor. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alpha know what I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organisations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well. Alright, time to walk into Everyone's Toll naked. That would represent us real well. No, obviously that's not to do that. That would be a terrible first foot to begin with, in terms of being like, yep, we're going to live here now. We're also a nudist colony. That would not work out too well, would it? Anyway, Slathborn! It's nice to see you again. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, Chris. You have something for me, yes? Yeah, these are documentations as to do with everything with the move. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You're saying yes for a while, yes? But now we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't know, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Oh, and I'm sure I would end up doing that work anyway. More gear, hooray. We are slowly replacing a bunch of low-level gear, so that's good. Magic Technical Difficulties. It's a level 50 quest we can pick up. That isn't the main story quest. No, pardon me. Greetings, Chris. You've come at just the right time. Fister is waiting for you in the workshop. A friend of Sid, it seems. Realizing your preoccupation with other matters of import, I suggested she wait at the 7th heaven until your arrival, but she refuses to leave. I fear you have a very brash client on your hands, friend. Oh yeah, I think the place in the waiting zone is called 7th heaven. And, I wonder what the name of this female engineer is. And, of course, the actual main story quest, which nets us a weapon coffer, which actually might be better than what we've got, and a Buffalo Calf minion. No, it's possibly a primal. Hooray! The chances of a primal. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha! But I do jest on that one. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, maybe you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may be a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be a good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, and you'll see. I'll show you around. And our link pill is active, so that means we can talk to people. Taro's on here for once. Is that you, Chris? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it appears our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Ringing Sands with all due haste. Ah, darn it. Is everything quite alright, friend? I got work to do outside of this area. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return anytime after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Now, there is a number of quests we can pick up here. I will delay on the Outlandish man there because the game will outright show us in cutscene form to talk to him. However, if we do head on in here, in the 7th Heaven, ignore the ones that have like actual quests because they might just be leftovers from when we didn't do some of the quests in Mordona. But a number of these NPCs here, alright, that's on the ballad, that's to do with Wandering Minstrel. But some of these NPCs here have a number of these quests that we can see, like Out of Sight, Out of Mind, which doesn't really show us anything. But a number of these quests here are the hard versions of a number of the dungeons that we've done throughout Realm Reborn. AKA, there's a whole bunch of level 50 stuff that we basically can do. For example, Blood for Stone would give us Stone Vigil Hard. What is considered one of the worst dungeons of all time by the eyes of many, because of one specific boss fight. So, you know what? Maybe we shan't pick these up. Point being, magic technical difficulties. A normal quest that we've picked up. Might as well head in there and see what is required of us. At the very least. Since the Cid had a Biggs and Wedge, of course, there's also a Jesse that works for Cid. To the surprise of no one. Some things are constant throughout all of Final Fantasy at this point, I swear. So you're Mr. Fur, hey? Took you long enough. The name's Jesse, Deputy President of Garlon Ironworks. Don't look too impressed now. In truth, I'm nothing more than an engineer, but thanks to you filling Master Garlon's head with them damnful ideas of heroism and saving the realm, there's no one else around to fill those golden breaches. Ah yes, it's all my fault. We've been busting our collective asses on these orders from highway and skyways, and are still only scraping by. Real problem is, with Master Garlon gone, productivity's dropped like a knickers on a stone's thrown strumpet. The company will be in deep if something ain't done, and that's why I'm here. Sure, our machinists have made their fair share of chronometers and plasma lamps, but we need something grand. Something that have clients on their knees literally begging us to take all their sparkling gil. I want you to show me the magic armor you borrowed from our friends, the Garlands. Yes, I know all about your little foray into the Praetorium. You can thank Biggs and Wedge for that. I reckon there's a lot we can learn from that Reaper. And after all you've done to distract Master Garland, I say you owe us that much and more. Oh, I suppose. I'll get out. This is amazing! Do you even know what you have here? Listen to that Cerunium engine. I've never heard anything so sweet. And the servo mechanism should be... Wait, a Mammoth core? Why didn't I think of that? They're so easy to come by. Mass production would be as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Or cores from a Mammoth. But what in the 7th bloody house have you done to the cannon's poor convergence modulator? But now firing victory rounds after slaying some family of rabid squirrels, no doubt. So wonder the whole suit isn't a steaming pile of molten slag. Such a waste. Should we inform Jesse that we destroyed a giant huge fuck off door with it? No, whatever. What the builder's name are you looking at? You need something to fix your prying eyes on? Try the wall. Anyway, I can't bear to see such a fine piece of work in such a sorry state. I'll patch her up as best as I can, but you'll need to get the parts needed for the job. I think it's one of them Finches you seem so keen on. A make 49 Magitech converter and a make 50 Magitech oscillator should do the trick. Oh, the Magitech cannon barrel make 51. I can't guarantee she'll be good as new, but at the very least she'll be in better shape than she is in now, which still ain't saying much. Eyes on me, Chris. I ain't done with you yet. That is, unless you know whereabouts one might stumble upon across a spare converter, oscillator, and cannon barrel. No? Didn't think so. So here's a hint. It rides with Crashton Sentry. You see, Garland made technology is what we're after, and I can't think of a better place to find some. Off with you now. Ah, boy, okay, well, nonetheless, off we go to Cashroom Sentry to go pick up a bunch of objects. This isn't the main story quest, but woo, detours! I love detours. They're so fun to do. It's also said that we spend a bit more time playing, because it's possibly a primal. Once we go for a bunch of cutscenes, we'll end up in Gridania, because the first thing that we'll be dealing with now in the patch content is a certain primal in the forests. No, not Odin. Different one. Good game, good game. Ah, God, this is why it's bad we're playing at this time. Because I highly doubt I'll be getting into any fates, no, any trials, any duties, any of that sort of stuff at this moment. Anyways, storage crates. Hooray! Oh, no, that's the wrong bit. I instinctively press buttons. Then there's storage crate number 2. We just re-infiltrate ourselves into this place a lot quicker than last time, mainly because we're not trying to disguise ourselves. There's the cannon, which means the oscillator, and oh, we're due from battle. Oh. And then the third one is the storage crate around here. In any way, shape, or form. There it is. And now back to everyone's told so we can hand the parts over to Jesse. Personally, I do want to make a proper commander deck that isn't just any pre-built stuff. But at the same time, I don't know where anyone in Bridgewater goes to play Magic anyway. To be fair, much. I know some locations that used to exist down in Taunton, so I could possibly on like a weekend nip down there and just take a look. But, anyways. Let me guess, you've lost, no, broken, no, traded for magical beans, the parts we need. No. And besides, I don't need to make a beanstalk to go up into the clouds to slay a giant. I can ride my mount up into the sky. Well, colour me mildly impressed. I was half expecting the worst and got, well, less than the worst. Don't get all giddy on me now. You're still not off the hook for sling away Master Garlon. But I'll admit, I'm beginning to see why he might feel the need to latch himself onto a venturer like he might a stray pup. Alright, let's see if I can't salvage this mess of a masterpiece. Phew, I think that's it. Both Magic and Proton Cannons should be functional. That said, I'm no Garlin. There's no third eye hidden up under these lovely locks, and there's a great deal I don't know about their machina. Can't guarantee the cannons won't misfire. But then again, misfire is better than no fire, eh? Even so, I wouldn't recommend using the elf weaponry in actual battle. Darn. Speaking of fire, it's high time I got back to the ironworks. Patching up those cannons have given me a few ideas. You take good care of that armour, or you'll have me to answer to, Chris. Oh boy. Well, anyway, we get a few bits of kill, and your Magitech armors, Magitech, and Proton Cannons are now operational. We can access them via the power bar while riding the mount. However, there are no way to use these in lethal aspects, so no combat. Darn. Ah well. Well, with that all said and done, back to the Waking Sands for the upteenth time. As we need to speak to Tataru. Maybe I could pick up like all the hard mode ones, unlock a bunch of them, then maybe one afternoon end up trying to do a bunch of them. I don't know. I'm gonna have to basically look around and see what else we can do. Aspects. Oh, why am I yawning so much? Ugh. Tataru! Yeah, on the chair as per usual. A message from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Modona. Wasn't privy to his conversation with the Antidescent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the axle of something Gerudo again? No, not yet. Or mayhap Imperial Force has been sighted within the shroud. Always possible. Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the Antidescent if there's anything you can do. Well, to be fair, we didn't deal with the ones that would have been hanging around Balsar's walls, so, you know. Anyway, at this point in time, we can actually talk to Evelyn here, and she'll talk about Minfilia. That's all. She'll just stand around for the moment. Of course, most of the Scions will actually make their way to the Waiting Stones while we're busy doing this stuff in Gridania that we'll be doing. So, yeah, that's the thing. As we'll soon be making our way over there. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal or an entity resembling one has been summoned in Gridania. And Yuionjay enters. Thy arrival is customarily timely, Quest. The ascetic waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we faced, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Yuionjay says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Moguls guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, the disturbance warrants a full investigation. The presence has been requested by Commander Helix. He awaits at the Adder's nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Quest. Yedo and Palmo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. So, yeah. Back to Gridania. What of the quietness of Gridania. Well, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe there's like a whole bunch of people that will play specifically at like 4:45 in the morning. Missed the stairs, we don't know. A pleasure as it is to always to see you as always, Fur. Thank you for coming so swiftly. I can think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. I'll go for a bracelet of bending. So this is an item weapon coffer of item level 70. The weapon we're currently using is of item level 49. So yes, it is 100% better than what we've got. As it gives us a giant school cane. Yeah, makes sense. Hail to the king, Kupo. Hail to the world. Anyway, it was just a latest crisis. Not long ago, the Moogle Kupo Cop visited the Adder's nest to request an audience for the Elder Seeds here. He spoke of an imminent threat to the all Moogle kind, one which would impale the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an ample ambassador to the Sylphs, and would have you reprise the role in our dealing with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kupo Cop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seeds here at the Lotus Stand. Alright, off we go. But yes, hail to the king, Kupo! Good King Muggle, good King Muggle. To be fair, actually, there are people who do want. There may be people that will be wanting to like farm the Moogle-themed weapons that you get out of it. So maybe we'll actually get lucky. Oh, hell, what's that again? The other signs have already arrived, sir. I'll show you win. Yeah, indeed. So a few of our fellow Scions are here, mainly Yedo and Palplamo, as we were already informed that they would have been. And Wire Center's here as well. Hey, Wire. I guess the boy old Tiny must be needed. Isn't that right, Kupo Cop? Hey, Kupo Cop. I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. That's supposed to be always white. They left us no choice, Kupo. Alright, let's talk to Carney then. Please, you have to stop them. You mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kupo Cop. Can you not see that he hasn't a faint idea what you're talking about? Be quiet at this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, Quest, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally in this moment, indeed. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we've summoned you. Our friend Kupo Cop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Mogomog... the 12 has returned to Eorzea. Pardon me. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kublai here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. Oh, no wonder these fuckers want to be drunk. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Muggle XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The Rumba Man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals would live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Muggle XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Muggle XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mughal might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Yida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Muggle XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the armor weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Square Enix fighters, obviously. Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought unto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of praise would doubtless seem a welcome respite. But those who have not the powers to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. Our teacher of white magery certainly knows well. I think the Murgle's guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Muggles God only want to protect the forests from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Muggle XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've decided to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the Celsius who summoned Ramun, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Muggles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Moogle kind, but to Gridania as a whole. First to we beseech you, Chris. Confront good King Muggle XII and drive him from our midst. Yeah, okay. And we get a thumbs up from Yida, because that's the best he'll do. Humbly I do thank you. The Secretary of the Muggles Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother E. Sumiyan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Well, a main story quest that requires us talking to our guildmaster. Hooray! It's nice when various NPCs have a role in existence in the world outside of, yeah, they're the one that taught you how to use stone. You know, that's neat. I do like it when that happens, because it makes the world feel more alive. You know, like a character has a position in the world other than just because we needed someone for a specific role in gameplay. Welcome, Chris. Welcome. Though you should be the one to face good King Muggle XII is of great comfort to me and to the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Muggles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Elder the king, Nexus Abrasive. Healing. That's lovely. Anyway. Oh yeah, we have the dungeon one night in Amplepore we can also pick up. Yeah, let's pick this up as well, just because it's level 50 quest and all that. So while you're here, Chris, the Angel of Darkness is arisen in the woods and we shall need all your arts to counter it. I speak to you in the name of the three seers here, said the eldest, Connie. Senna will already know of the guardian of our fair land. 2 siblings has she. Is the younger of this pair, Awen Senna, who hears the voice of the immortals with great clarity. And what he has heard lately is troubling indeed. These dark stirrings we have traced to the lost sea of Amphor in the South Shroud. Sea once froze in the fullness of magic in the 5th astral era, but it was sealed in the wake of his demise. As Twelvewood has been out of balance since the calamity, so riotous has its aspect become that the seal has severely weakened. When this happened, the forest surrounding the sea began to wither and die. We didn't join you to investigate the cause. Now I must confess that this is a task for the twin adder normally, but you are the heir to Master Atoa's legacy, and the seers were unanimous in the belief that no one is best suited to the undertaking. Will you not assist? It is well that you assent, for the deed is great. Go now to Seer Weo Senna at Camp Tranquil and listen well to what she says of her brother's divination. Yeah. Okay, so there's a bit of dialogue for one night and Amphor to do with the fact that we are white mage, which is great news. And you have selected Regicide. That's your main story quest. The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. Self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the King was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kublo Kop confided in me that he has been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mogul gods themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labour any longer, for fear that the Mughals may succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kublo Kop's keystones, Chris. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits for you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. So yes, we will need to talk to Kublo Kop. Which is going up to the Lancers Guild. Kublo Kop! So, how you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is another way, I'll do it, Kupo. To the very Sweetbloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Well, let's make our way to the pier. And let us summon our Chocobo so it can help us out in combat. Big Moogle. With various weaponry. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo! I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it! Open your eyes, Kupo! The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him! Yeah, that sounds like primal talk to me. I'm interfering. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Makote? Racist. Imperials, Gridanians, Sylph. You're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to the King's Moogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough! Kublo Kop will answer for his crimes soon enough. As will all who defy the will of good King Mogomog the 12th. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. Well, that could have gone better. Could have gone worse, but the king is planning to purge the 12 woods of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The engines of fallen marches deep within the bramble patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can notify the ward. But be warned, the Mogul squad has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. We must now escort Kublo Kop. So yeah, onwards we go. Kublo Kop will be with us. As will enemies. Now, great news. The great news is he does heal, thankfully. once enemies are defeated, but also the fact of the matter is I am a healer, which means I can heal him as well, which is good. Good, good, good. So yeah, we must make our way. Malevolent squirrels! Don't let them hurt me, Kupo! I'm trying. The bearing stuns seem to be doing a good job at not existing. And then there's Scalago. Yep. Two malevolent kids. One from each direction. Thankfully, this is not in a duty, so this is actually a lot easier than it could have been. Could have been a lot worse, actually, to be fair. Right, just gotta make our way through this bit. The malevolent Stroper! No! Pardon me, by the way. Ah, crap. I couldn't beat it before the bad breath. No. Kubo Cop. Thankfully he's got like all his health, so it's not an issue. I hate when doing this thing. He starts feeling fuckered. Right, anyway. There's the threshold. Lost sight of Cooper Cop. Oh, fuck. Oh, there he is. He's walking a little slower than me. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more of those beasts, do you? Nope. We did it. We made it. You ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an aetherite, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. No, that's a glowfly. I did not mean to hit a glowfly. God damn it. Yeah, a slight issue is the glowflies when you're on like Xbox or something. You just gotta keep that in mind. They're easy to kill, thankfully, because we're well over double our level. So that wasn't an issue really. Just more of an annoyance than anything else. The barrier threshold gives us a cutscene. Oh, I heard my mouth. Yeah. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. I suppose we shall, shan't we? Forward march! Now accessible. It's not really a... Alright, well anyways, seeing as we'll take a look. Says less than 5 minutes. Says less than 5. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. That's the best I can say about this, really. So while this is going on, I shall take a quick sip of drink. And I suppose I can quickly... Oh, great. Yep, there's a nose. No, yeah. Try and see if that... Right. Okay. So, what is it in my inventory? That's oh yeah, the buffalo calf. Might as well grab that. Get that sorted. There we go. So yeah, welcome to Waiting for Fallen March. There's not really much we can do. I can have the power sword equipped so we're not getting drenched in the rain. Oh, we're singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling! I'm happy again. Yeah, something like that. Might as well just quickly go check a few things. Good, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anyone randomly that shouldn't be awake at this time randomly. Up and do all that. No, live .exec reaction. Okay, memories. I shouldn't mess around with Discord when I'm streaming. What's currently being featured on Steam? Like, what's on sale that might be fun ideas? Recommended based on the games I play. Slay the Spire, hooray! Actually, no, Slay the Spire is a good game actually. So, Victoria 2, no. I don't know why, but if I look on the new one trending on Steam, the number of times there will be various games that are labelled sexual content. It's like, do I need to know how many different games that do sexual things? Like, if I wanted to play games with nudity in them, I wouldn't bring them up on stream ever, and all that. Of course, since I've wished for Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, I obviously want Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 Remix on Steam. Please ignore that I've played these games to death on PlayStation and on Xbox. Well, that's on Xbox. I actually don't know how much on Xbox. Guild Wars 2 is free to play, so that makes sense. Steam's not all that interesting. Oh, we're nearly at the 5-minute mark. So, yeah. There claims to have been a few at some point on this. There have been no viewers. Yet the things won't say on that. So, like at some point, it went up to a few. Huh. I don't buy that, but okay. Waiting on a game to do the thing we need. Oh, good King Mog, I need to stab you repeatedly. We're waiting around. Okay, so clearly we're not going to be doing that at the moment. I need to, most likely what I need to do is I need to part 18, to whatever extent that is implied, we need to play at a time when we're most likely am just going to go straight on in to this, maybe do Rampagore, maybe do some of the other hard variety dungeons, that sort of thing. Might as well just leave it for now then. because I want to carry on the main story. I might stream something else in a bit. Actually, it is becoming day. Hooray! Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. That's alright. Do 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 do. Oh, my arm definitely still has that feeling at times. Still, like I think the muscle is still trying to repair itself to an extent. So that's fun. I'll leave it here. Next time on the actual playthrough part of the playthrough, we'll play at a time where we're going to be able to actually get into the various stuff that we need to do. However, if you see more streams at this sort of time when it comes to Final Fantasy, there'll probably be the grinding sessions, because at least then that means we're doing something. So